is a weights class for improving bone density. Today you're going to need two 2-kilo hand weights and a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a belt or a long scarf and that will do the same trick. Let's begin with a little warm up, swinging the arms around the body. The knees are off the lock. Your shoulders are down away from your ears, allowing your ribs to rotate around your vertebral column. Feel the motion of the rib cage as it rotates around the spine. Use the momentum of your arms to increase the range of movement. Slow that rotational movement down, and let's begin by rolling our shoulders around in 5 big circles backwards. And 5 big circles forwards. Now backward rolling alternate shoulders. And then shake the shoulders down. Pick up your hand weights. Let's repeat that rotational movement, this time with the hand weights. What you'll feel here is that the weights create a little bit more force so that the rib cage actually rotates into a deeper range of movement. At this point, keep your hands down at the height of your pelvis. And then just start experimenting with lifting the arms up a little higher. So moving up towards chest height. Never taking the shoulders into a range of movement that pinches. And then see if you can come right up to the height of your shoulders. And then start making your way back down. And let the hands hang by the sides of the legs. Keeping your knees off the lock, let the weight of the hand weights draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Rise up onto your toes, lift the heels high, and then thud the heels down into the floor. Let's do that 20 times. Breathe in to lift up, breathe out to thud down. And as we move into our final 10, make sure that the sound you're making through your heels sounds the same. Don't let your dominant leg dominate. Try and get an equal pressure and an equal force through your non-dominant side. One or two more. Give the legs a little shake out. And let's try something that works on our balance as well as our core strength. We're going to rise up high onto the tippy toes, keeping your heels off the floor and your eyes focused on a non-moving point ahead of you. Squat down, keep your heels off the floor. Don't push through sharp pain in your knees. Go as deep as your knees will allow. And then keeping your heels off the floor, stand up. Let's try that twice more. Lifting your heels high. Focus your eyes on a non-moving point ahead of you, and now sinking down as deep as your knees will allow. Keep your chest lifted and then stand up. Keep the heels off the floor. Lift your heels a little higher. Check that your shoulders are still down away from your ears. And let's do our final squat down. Keep the heels off the floor. Now stand up. Lift your heels high one more time and then relax. Shake out the feet again. Place your hand weights down on the floor. Raise your arms out wide to the sides of the room. Your hands will meet in a prayer above the head. Take a breath in as you reach high, tucking in the ribs at the front of the body. And then a breath out as you lower your hands all the way down to your breastbone. We're going to fold forward, straighten the back of your knees. Your feet are about hip width apart now. And lower yourself down, keeping the back of the knees straight. Just see where you can reach down the front of your legs with your fingertips. Notice if you're feeling the stretch in your back. It's somewhere along the spine, or perhaps it's all in the hamstrings, perhaps it's in the calves. And then roll yourself slowly all the way back up. We're going to stimulate the soles of the feet, which is the kidney channel and the bladder channel. What I'd like you to do is to massage the sole of your right foot with the hand weight. So you're running the weight from the heel right up to the toes with a firm pressure, so it's not agony, but it is uncomfortable as you massage the sole of your foot. Slower is better for this exercise. And make sure that you are massaging along the outside border of that right foot as well as along the inside border of the right foot. Let's do one more. And then swap to the other side. So placing the sole of your left foot on top of the hand weight and then rolling that hand weight from the heel right up to the toes. Slow is therapeutic. So finding that perfect pressure that you feel is actually loosening up the soles of the feet, but we don't want it too strong such that your muscles will actually resist the action because it's too painful. So just finding that medium pressure where you feel it's uncomfortable certainly, but not agony. Do the inside border of the left foot, the outside border, and then one or two more through the sole of the left foot. Raise your arms out wide to the side with a big breath in. Hands meet in a prayer above your head. Reach up towards your ceiling. Tuck in your ribs at the front of your body. Take a breath in. Breathe out, lower the hands down to your heart center. Feet are hip width apart, straighten the knees and fold forward like we just did before. I want you to feel any difference now in this forward fold compared to the one we previously did. See if massaging out the soles of your feet gave you a little more flexibility. Notice if you can touch the floor more easily or reach further down your legs more easily. And notice if the sensation of stretch in the back of the body has changed. Take a slow breath in, take your knees off the lock, and then breathe out to roll all the way up. Shoulders drop down away from your ears. Pick up your hand weights. And we're going to hold the hand weights together like this, in against your breastbone. Stand in the center of your mat. Think about keeping your chest up and your ribs tucking in at the front of the body. The shoulders are down away from your ears and your elbows are tucking in by the sides of the body. We're going to take a big side lunge step to the left and then come back to center. Let's repeat that 9 more times. Now, as we do the final 5, think about keeping your chin tucking in, your chest up, and perhaps dropping a little deeper, taking your tailbone closer to the mat between your feet. 2 more. And now let's side step to the other side, to your right. And for the final 5, just thinking about your posture, keeping your chin tucking in, keeping the breastbone up. We'll do 1 more. And returning back to the center. Let's keep that wonderful blood flow building through the legs as we do 2 to each side. Back to the left. And let's do 1 more set of 2 to the left. Keep your chest up and your chin tucked in. 2 more to the right. And back to the left for a hold. Now as we hold, I want you to curl your pubic bone towards your navel. Drop your tailbone down as close to the floor as you can tolerate. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Tuck in your chin. See if you can slow your breathing down. Legs together. Let's repeat 1 more on the right. Sitting nice and low. Curl your pubic bone up towards your navel. Drop your tailbone a little closer to the floor. Shoulders are down. Breastbone up. Chin tucks in. Slow breathing. One more breath here. Legs together. Give your legs a bit of a shake out. Now the next one we're going to do is a variation of a Bulgarian split squat. So what is that, you might ask? It's an exercise where we strengthen the buttock cheek and quad on the supporting leg and stretch out your hip flexor or psoas muscle on the bending leg. So what we're going to do is take a big step forward with the right leg. Curl your pelvis under, lift the chest up, tuck in your chin. Slowly lower the left knee down towards the floor, maintaining that tuck under of your pelvis. So as we hold down here, you'll feel a strong stretch through the front of the left thigh, and you'll feel your right quadricep and right buttock cheek engaging. Stand back up. We're going to repeat that, sinking down. Down as deep as your left knee will allow, standing back up. Let's do 8 more, dropping down, keeping the pelvis tucked under, pushing up through the right heel. Tucking the pelvis under as you lower that left knee towards the floor, feeling the stretch through the front of the left hip. Pushing through the right heel to stand up. Let's try 3 more, sinking down, standing up, sinking down, standing up. Last one now, sinking down and standing up. Let's about turn and try the other side. So this time we take a giant step forward with the left leg. You land on the ball of the right toes. Tuck your pubic bone towards your navel. Lift your chest up, tuck in your chin. Sink that right knee down towards the floor. Keep the pelvis tucked under and then stand up. Dropping the right knee down as you keep your pelvis tucked under. Push through the left heel to stand up. Let's continue. So for most people, this right hip flexor is tighter on the right hand side. So you may be able to feel that. Feels like a stronger stretch as you drop your right knee down towards the floor. Let's do 2 more. Dropping that right knee down, curling the pelvis under, pubic bone to the navel, standing up via the left heel. Last one. And standing up. Bring your feet together, give your legs a little shake out. Let's repeat that. What we're going to do though is an alternating version. So we'll do 2 on the right, 2 on the left. So let's start by stepping the right foot forward. Curl your pelvis under, sink down, left knee towards the floor. Push through the right heel, stand up. And then we'll repeat, right leg steps forward, curl your pelvis under, sink down, push through the right heel, stand up. Now the left leg steps forward, drop the right knee down, keeping the pelvis tucked under, push through the left heel, stand up. Right leg steps forward, tuck the pelvis under, drop that left knee down, push through the right heel and stand up. Shake out your legs. And let's make our way down to the mat. Reach for your feet with your hand weights. Draw your breastbone towards your knees. Take a breath in. And then breathing out, we're going to lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Breathe in as your arms flow back behind you. You're still holding the hand weights. Breathe out, bring the hand weights to your thighs, chin to chest, curl up in a C-shaped spine. In breath reaches your hand weights for your feet. Out breath rolling down slowly. Breathe in as the arms flow back. Breathing out, rolling up. So the aim in these roll-ups is to keep the back of the legs firmly in contact with the floor. If your legs are lifting off the floor, you need to put a little cushion underneath the small of your low back, and that will help you to keep your legs down on the floor. Working with the breath, an in-breath takes the arms back. Out breath, hands to the thighs. In breath to curl the spine off the floor. In breath as you reach for your feet. Out breath to roll back slowly. In breath, arms flow back. Out breath to roll up slowly. In breath, reach for the feet. Let's do 2 more. Breathe out as you lower your spine back into the floor. In breath, arms flow behind you. Out breath, hands to thighs. In breath as you reach for your feet. Last one now. Rolling down on an out breath. In breath, arms flow back. Out breath to curl up. In breath, reach for your feet. Let's lower ourselves all the way down and bend the knees up. Take both arms up to the ceiling, keeping the arms parallel. Turn the wrists to face each other. Glide your ribcage along the front of the body. Pull the skin of your armpits down the sides of the body and your shoulder blades down the back of the body. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, keeping both arms straight and your ribcage smooth along the front of the body, see if you can take the arms all the way to the floor. Use an in-breath to draw the arms back to the ceiling. Let's do 5 more. Breathe out as your arms stretch out behind you. Don't let your ribcage move. In-breath draws the arms back. Breathing out, the arms stretch out. Try and keep your lower belly engaged. So scoop in the tummy muscles that lie between your hip bones and draw your navel down towards the floor. Your lower back is in a neutral shape. It's not flat on the floor. Let's do 1 more. Now hold both hand weights together, and we're going to take the hand weights behind the head, this time with bent elbows. Do not let your rib cage move. Keep your back in neutral. Use an in-breath to activate your tricep muscles and draw the arms back to the ceiling. Breathe out, both arms reaching behind the head with the elbows bent. In-breath, triceps draw the arms back. So again on this one, we want to have the arms moving independently of the torso. Your low back remains securely in a neutral shape. Your B-line or lower belly drawing in, your navel drawing in as well. Your rib cage stays completely stationary as the arms move behind your head. Let's do 2 more. Now straighten your elbows, and this time we're going to take our arms out wide. Take them out horizontally to the floor on either side of your body, and then bring the arms back to the ceiling. In breath as you open the arms wide, out breath to close. Breathe in, breathing out. Again, keep your rib cage smooth at the front of the body. Keep your navel drawing down and your lower belly scooping down between your hip bones. Let's do 2 more. And then lower the hand weights down. We're going to rest the hand weights across the front of your hips. Just demonstrate where they're going. They're going to sit just like that. And your hands are going to be on top of the weights, holding them securely in position. Squeeze your buttock cheeks together and lift your pelvis up into a bridge shape. When you lift your bottom up, keep your rib cage smooth. So we don't want to overlift so that your ribs pop up. Keep your rib cage tucked in at the front of the body. Lower your pelvis back down. Let's try that again. Contract the buttock cheeks together. Pull up your pelvic floor muscles. Press your hands against the hand weights as you lift your pelvis up. Keep squeezing your buttock cheeks together and lower your bottom back down. Let's try it again. In breath to lift up. Out breath to lower down. Now we want to start specifically working the left buttock cheek only. So the way we're going to do that is by pushing down through the left foot really strongly into the floor, both on the way up and on the way down. So when you start pressing that left foot firmly into the floor, you should feel an increased activation in the back of your thigh and your hamstring, and also in your left buttock cheek. Make sure that your movement flows with your breath. It's an in-breath to lift the pelvis up and an out breath to lower the pelvis down. Let's do 10 more, focusing solely on that left side. So you're pushing as hard as you can through the left foot into the floor as you continue to flow up on an in-breath and lower down on an out-breath. Your buttock cheeks continuously squeeze together and your pelvic floor muscles are drawing up continuously as well. The chin is tucking in towards your chest and your jaw is unclenched. Let's do 2 more. Now let's shift our awareness and attention into the right buttock cheek and right leg by pressing as hard as you can through the right foot into the floor. So it's not only the heel pushing down, it's also the ball of the right foot and all 5 right toes. You're still continuously squeezing your buttock cheeks tightly together and continuously drawing up the pelvic floor. Let's try 10 more. The in-breath lifts up and the out-breath lowers down. So the left foot is just resting lightly on the floor, but all the pressure is coming through the sole of that right foot against your mat. Make sure that your chin remains tucked in, making a little double chin, and that you're not clenching your teeth. So make sure that there is space between the upper palate and lower palate. Keep squeezing the buttock cheeks strongly together as you lift and lower, and continuously draw up your pelvic floor. Let's do 2 more. And take a rest. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop out in a diamond shape. Close the legs now. And we're going to work a little more on pelvic stability. So that last set of exercises was about activation of the hamstrings and buttock cheek muscles. Now we're working on pelvic stability. So what we're going to do is keep the hand weights where they are, but take your left leg into a tabletop position. So this is tabletop. It's a perfect 90-degree angle at the hip and knee. Now, when we lift the leg up like this, the pelvis wants to tip down on the left side. So just be aware of what's happening across the front of your pelvis. If you can feel your pelvis tipping to the left, do what you can to correct the pelvis and keep it level. Elbows are off the floor, hands resting on top of the hand weights. Lift your pelvis up and lower your pelvis down. So the aim of this exercise is to be able to lift the pelvis up and lower it down without the pelvis tipping down on the left-hand side. Again, it's an in-breath that lifts the hips and an out-breath that lowers. Let's do 10 more. So your awareness is all centered down across the front of your pelvis. You want to feel that your 2 hip bones remain level, and you're not allowing that left buttock cheek and left hip to drop down on the left side. Try and keep your left leg and in line with your left armpit. So what some people do is bring their knee towards the midline. That's kind of cheating. We want to keep that left knee in line with left armpit. Let's try 2 more. Lower the left leg and swap over to the right. So align the right knee and right thigh with your right armpit. Take your elbows off the floor. Let's lift on an in-breath, lower on an out-breath. So have a sense of what's happening across the front of your pelvis. You don't want to let the right hip and right side of the pelvis drop down on the right side. So trying your hardest to concentrate on keeping the pelvis level as you lift and lower. Let's do 10 more. In-breath to lift Out breath to lower. Once more, check that you're not straining your neck. Tuck your chin in towards your chest and make sure that your teeth are apart, no tension in the jaw. Last one now. And lower the leg. Again, take that diamond stretch, soles of feet together, knees out wide. Put one of your hand weights out of the way behind your head and take the other hand weight now and pop it down between your knees. I'll just go on an angle so you can see a little more clearly. Bring your ankles together and then take your arms into a cactus shape. So this is the cactus shape. If that's not possible for you because your shoulders are a little tight, open the arms wide, like in the letter T shape. Now, we're going to draw the navel down and draw your lower belly down between the hips, and then start slowly dropping the knees from side to side. Don't let your shoulder blades leave the floor. Keep drawing your tummy in. See if you can pull all the flesh of your tummy away from the front of your clothing. And continuously think about tummy drawing down towards the floor as your legs drop from side to side. Let's do one more to each side. And then what we're going to do is keep the hand weight where it is between the knees. Bring your hands to your knees and draw the knees close to your chest. Don't let your bottom lift off the floor. Keep the bottom on the ground. So you're folding deeply at your hip creases. Now put your hands on top of the kneecaps and draw a circle with your knees. Imagine that your pelvis is resting on a clock face, and we want to trace out all 12 digits on that clock face. Change directions now. And then place the feet down on the floor, take the hand weight out and make your way up into an all fours position. So we're going to do some cat and cows. So let's push the floor away with your palms as you round your back, chin to chest, scoop the tummy up strongly and then squeeze the thighs towards each other. Take a full breath in, full breath out, and then reverse the curve in your spine. Lift your sit bones up, pull your shoulder blades down your back. Keep your chin tucked in as you lift your breastbone up. Take a breath in and a full breath out. Now returning to the cat shape, push the floor away with your hands. Lift your spine up as high as possible, scooping the tummy flesh up towards the ceiling. Curl the pubic bone to the navel, tuck the chin to the chest, and then squeeze the inner thighs together. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Reverse the curve, sit bones up, breastbone up, chin stays in. Shoulder blades draw towards your buttock cheeks. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Let's prepare for a plank. Slide your right leg strong and straight out behind you, toes tucked under. Left leg steps back as well. Tuck in your chin, push your mat away with your hands. Strongly straighten the back of your knees And now draw your tummy up and away from the floor. Take a slow breath in, a slow breath out. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, lower both knees to the floor. Hold your body in a half plank shape. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, we're going to lower the whole torso to the floor. Now squeeze your torso with your upper arms as you lower yourself down. Relax the feet to the floor. The top of the feet are together now. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Tuck your elbows in towards each other. Pull in your tummy, squeeze your buttock cheeks together. Breathe in to lift up into a cobra. And breathe out to lower yourself down. In breath into your cobra, keep the shoulder blades gliding down towards the buttock cheeks. Out breath to lower down. One more, breathing in. Breathing out to lower. And this time push all the way back to a child pose. You can do it either with your knees together or knees mat width apart, big toes together. Either way, we want to drop the body down towards the floor. Breathe slowly and expansively into your belly for 3 breaths. And then make your way back up. We're going to use our strap now to stretch out our legs. So I'll go on an angle, I think is probably best so that you can see more clearly. Take your strap and put your sole of your right foot in the strap. Left knee bent with the foot comfortably close to your left buttock cheek. Hang on to the strap in a fashion that you're able to draw your shoulders down away from your ears and tuck your elbows towards your waistline. Chin tucks in towards the chest. Bring the right leg to the most vertical position possible so that you feel a strong stretch in the back of your right thigh. Keeping your right leg where it is, slowly straighten out the left leg and push the back of the left leg into the floor. Now we're going to floss the sinews of the back of that right knee. So point your right foot and flex the right foot. So you're strongly pointing, strongly flexing. Keep the right knee nice and straight. It will want to buckle, but we're not going to let it. We're going to focus on keeping the right leg nice and strong and straight. One more. Now push the back of the left knee into the floor, straighten the back of the right knee and see if you can bring that right leg a little more vertical. Now we're going to work a little more deeply into the sciatic nerve of the right leg. Take your right foot 15 centimeters towards the left side of the room. So we want the right foot to be roughly above your left thigh or left knee. Pull down on the left side of the strap to turn the sole of your right foot to face the left hand side of the room. You'll feel a strong burning stretch down the outside of the right calf. Now turn the sole of the foot back to face the ceiling, keeping the leg at the diagonal. Let's repeat. Turn the sole of the left foot to face the left wall. Now turn the foot back to the ceiling. So your right foot remains vertically above the left leg. Keep going, turning, releasing, turning, releasing, turning, releasing, turning, releasing. 2 more. Now hold both straps in your right hand and place the left hand on top of your left hip. Keeping the right knee straight, take the right leg out wide to the right. You can use your right elbow as a little bit of a prop. So here we're feeling the strong stretch through the inner thigh. And the way we're going to floss this one is by slightly bending right knee and then extending through a strong straight right knee. So little micro bend and then straighten the right knee. Let's keep going. Bending and straightening through the right leg as we allow that right leg to open out wide towards the floor. Let's do 2 more. Now bend the right knee and assist that right leg all the way back. Take the strap off and give that right knee a little hug in towards the right side of your body, and then put the right foot down on the floor. So now we'll take the left leg and put the left leg in the strap. Bring that left leg as vertical as possible. Strong straight left knee. Pull your shoulder blades down your back. Tuck the chin in. See if you can get the left leg a little straighter, a little more vertical, and then slide the right leg out along the floor. Push the back of the right knee down into the ground. Start pointing and flexing through the left foot now, feeling the strong stretch in the back of the left knee and possibly in the front of the left ankle. Keep your face relaxed. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Elbows are tucking in by your sides. Two more. See if you can now bring that left leg a little more vertical to the ceiling. Now we're going to work through the sciatic nerve on the left leg. So take the left foot about 15 centimeters across towards the right side of the room. You want your left foot to end up somewhere directly above the right leg. Pull down on the right hand strap to assist you to turn the sole of the left foot to face the right side of the room. Then keeping the left leg on the diagonal, turn the sole of the foot back to the ceiling. Let's continue. Turning to the right, releasing to ceiling. Turning to the right, turning back to ceiling. So on this one, your left knee is going to try and buckle. Don't let it buckle. Keep the back of the left knee nice and straight. And see if you can keep your left heel a little higher than your left toes. Two more. Now hold both straps in your left hand. Take the right hand and rest it on top of the right hip. Take the left leg out wide to the side. You can rest your left elbow on the floor as a prop. Feel the strong stretch through the inner thigh on the left. And now micro bend the left knee and strongly straighten the left knee. So we're just going to do little micro bends and straightening to get that lovely release through the left inner thigh. Let's do two more. And then assist the leg back to vertical, bend the knee, take the foot out of the strap. Hug the left knee in towards your left side of your chest. And then we'll hug both knees in, interlace the hands behind the thighs and start some spinal rocking. Massaging up the whole back of the spine. And come up to standing. Raise your arms out wide to the sides, hands meet in a prayer, and breathing out, lower your hands to your heart center.